Everybody, it is 8 o'clock on the dot on a Monday morning. It is December the 30th. Rise and shine, rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm WESH2 first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully get your day started off on the right note, hopefully updated about the weather, maybe smiling a little bit, maybe basking in the sunshine until you look outside and this is what you see. Yeah, it's not exactly sunny. Daytona Beach, foggy, low clouds. We've been watching kind of this gray start to the day here. Let me show you some of our other tower cam shots just to kind of give you an idea. We'll move over to, if I can hit the right button here. Let's go to Port Canaveral, also along the shoreline. Low clouds, there's Utopia on the right. Not necessarily as low, but still kind of gray. New Smyrna Beach, in between the two. Not the prettiest of starts. Tavares, let's check in, see how you're looking. Yep, downtown Orlando, checking in. Right. So low clouds and fog. Let's check those visibility numbers. All right. Around Central Florida visibilities should be around 10 miles. Anything less than 10 miles certainly denotes a little bit of haze, a little bit of fog. Certainly you could see Orlando International Airport quarter-mile visibility. That will probably be slowing some flights in this morning. About a 5-mile visibility. Sanford, 1.25 to land. You kind of get the idea. There are definitely some spots with fog. Now, there's a lot of spots with low clouds. So this is the cloud ceiling map. And what this does is it measures how high the clouds are, the bases, right? So Melbourne, 1,400 feet. It's not that bad. But notice things are getting lower and lower. Daytona Beach ceilings at 300 feet, 200 feet in Palm Coast. So it's a gray start to the day. Certainly isn't going to be one of the most beautiful starts to the day, right? First warning live Doppler radar, still tracking some showers. We had those thunderstorms move through yesterday in Brevard County. There the showers kind of popping up, moving away. That certainly is good news. That's not a huge issue. But with the low clouds and fog, we are watching some delays coming through Orlando International Airport. So it's not going to be a perfect morning for travel. Just kind of is what it is, okay? So, that said, do you need me? It's charging. You need to leave it be. No. You need to leave it be, okay? I just plugged it in. Thank you. All right. So, that said, let's take a look at the forecast for the day today, all right? Starting off with the low clouds and even the fog. We'll get some sun shining in later today. But what's so interesting here is even though we had a cold front move through, we're not exactly looking at cold temperatures, right? 71, 11 o'clock, 75 by 1 p.m., and 78 degrees by 3 p.m. Yeah, that cold front was not bringing in cold to Central Florida. It brought us some showers and some storms, but yeah, no cold today. So average high temperature, 72. 78 is our actual high temperature today. 77 in the villages. Along the shoreline, not as bad. 73 Daytona Beach, 75 in Titusville. But it's definitely not what one would call a nice chill in the air, right? So let's enjoy it for what it is. Now, of course, we're right at a holiday, so we need to make, cold front, as Kara says, right? So for today, nice and warm. Tomorrow, nice and warm. Could see a quick sprinkle as another little boundary moves through, but we start a cooler trend into New Year's Day. And let me just tell you something. That trend really changes the game. Now, maybe you've seen some of this chaos on social media. It's going to snow in Florida. We'll look at the models together, but, just like in hurricane season, computer models are guidance, not gospel. For plans tomorrow, by the way, you really are looking pretty nice. Temperatures will be dropping right around the new year, right around midnight. So ringing it in, you may want to have that light shower, that light jacket with you. All right? All right. So before we get too into the weeds, let's just take a look at the 7-day forecast. Okay? Oh, that's funny, Brian. All right, so for today, nice and warm. For tomorrow, nice and warm. Then we start to see falling temperatures for New Year's Day and Thursday and Friday and then Saturday and then Sunday. The pattern really turns around. We talk about tons and tons and tons of sunshine. Tons of sunshine, right? Yeah. We absolutely start changing things around. So, in terms of the overall weather picture, let's just discuss. We've got this weak front that moved through. This next one that's approaching us is going to actually draw in that cooler air. Okay? So, by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when we shift things around a little bit. High pressure builds in, and we get to enjoy some really great weather. And as a matter of fact, looking at early January, much of the eastern seaboard will be running below average in terms of temperatures. For us, just to give you an idea, I mean, morning lows in the 40s, this is in the metro, daytime highs in the 60s. That's a bit of a change. Now, there have been some discussions on social media, and I'm just sitting back and laughing. I'm over here like Michael Jackson eating the popcorn in the movie theater for Thriller. I'm sitting back and laughing because people are talking about snow in Florida and all that fun stuff. Here's the GFS high temperature forecast. Now, I shouldn't say forecast. Here's the GFS high temperature model output. Do you see January 10th, 11th, and 12th? 60 for a high on the 10th, 40 on the 11th for a high with a low of 24 in Orlando. What the what? Now, understand understand that computer models are guidance, not gospel. Okay, so what we can do is we can try to look at the data a little bit. All right, so this is the current run of the GFS showing a very significant chill around the 10th, 11th, 12th. Let's go one model run back. Okay, still chilly, not as cold. Two model runs back. Chilly, but not as cold. Three model runs back. All right, so what we're seeing here is that there's an absolute trend to chill, but we need to ourselves cool our jets a little bit, right? Because people talking about snow, it's going to snow. Well, of course it's going to snow. Calm down, all right? Let's do this. Let's look at the computer models, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at temperature anomaly. Temperature anomaly. All right. So there's a cold front there around January 2nd, first-ish, second-ish, right? All right. Then there's a big pour of chill coming in there. Yeah. There's the hit. The 10th, the 11th, right there. So let's do this. Let's zoom into Orlando and kind of get an idea of what. All right, let's start with maximum temperatures. So daytime highs on the 11th, 40s, 50s, 60s. Morning lows, yeah, I mean, morning lows, teens and 20s. That would be significant. That's the current run. Let's go back a run. It's 40s. Go back two runs. It's 30s and 40s. Go back three runs. It's 30s, 40s, and 50s. So understand one model run of one model does not mean run to the hills and start telling everybody it's going to be getting polar. That's ridiculous, right? Could that happen? Sure, it could happen, but let's just not start telling everybody it's going to happen. Okay? Precip type. Now, let's talk about precip type so that everybody can feel comfortable, all right? So here is the 10th of January, some showers, heavier rain around, little storm system coming through. That is what everybody's freaking out about. You see on the left side there, got the 540 line in Marion County, some precipitation. That could yield some winter mix. That's the current run. You go back one model run. and no winter precipitation. Although you've got the 540 line here. Go back 2 model runs. Maybe offshore. Go back 3 model runs. Yeah. So watch for people that are cherry picking runs of models. That's never going to do you any good, right? We talk about this during hurricane season. It doesn't change reality when it comes to any other version of forecasting. All right, so I encourage you to just. It's fun to laugh and chuckle, but understand perspective. That's all I ask, right? Jeannie Rowan says, "Well, if someone on the internet said it, it must be true." I know. I know. I know. Mike says, a little over 10 years ago, I remember experiencing sleet and freezing rain in Ocala. I mean, I've seen flurries in Orlando. It doesn't do anything when it gets to the surface because it's still too warm. But yeah, it can happen. Kara says it's all a guess. We never know which. If we knew, we wouldn't be as exciting. It's true. That's true. Look, it's fun to forecast. It's fun to follow along. Just understand that people that are like, it's not a 0% chance. Okay, got it. Thanks. Yeah. Is it usually an average of them all? I mean, it depends if the models are on track for something, you know? Yeah. On the day it gets below freezing, turn off your irrigation system. Well, we'll definitely be having to track these things, right? It is what it is. Yeah. I've seen accumulating frozen precip in Ocala. Have you really? I've not. I've not seen. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I've seen it on a grill before. You know, now that you mention it, I've very limited, very limited. So you're telling me there's a chance? I know. Now I remember the sleet in Rockledge 3 years ago. I do remember that. Yeah, that made our year in review for that year. Which I mean, I've got it made. I guess I could share it with you. You guys want to see to me what the big 3 weather events were of this year? You want to see that? What's funny is I put this email out to the other weather people on the team and nobody responded. So I guess they liked it. I only had 3. We chatted about this on Coffee Talk. Here's the big 3 events that I could come up with for the year 2024. In May, if you remember, we had those northern lights visible across much of our shoreline. Inland, it was a little too cloudy for it, but yeah. And then in September, of course, Hurricane Helene made landfall, caused major storm surge. And then in October, along the Sun Coast, Hurricane Milton made landfall and spawned an absolute record shattering tornado outbreak. I did it once on the news, Jeannie Rowan. I could tell you were watching in the 6 a.m. hour. I did it once just because I got bored. But yeah, this is the list. Did I miss anything from last year? Trying to make a snowball. Yeah, I mean there has been overtime, but you know when we're talking 300 hours out forecasting snow, that's where it's a little iffy to me. Yeah. All right, Jeannie Rowan. Yeah. How Yukon you were watching in the 6 o'clock. Yeah, I did it just just to change up from the 5 a.m. to the 6 a.m. to the 7 a.m. shows. Yeah. What is the BSR show? I'm sure it's going to show a big hit of cold air, but remember the BSR is very. It's not specificity, right? The BSR is not there to give you anything but like pattern recognition. So I'm certain that it's going to show a cold pattern. Here, I'll turn it around. I mean, it's like I said, I'm not doubting that it's going to show something. We'll go to the 500s. Um, Let's see. All right. So this is that's this Thursday, Friday. That makes sense. Little storm system around the 7th. All right, around the 7th, little storm system coming in. The answer is still no. The answer is still no. Close the door. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Close the door. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, this kid. All right, nice and cool. There's a nice hit of chill there. That's the 11th, 12th, 13th. So that one there, that storm system there is what sets us up for the chill. Yeah, I mean the pattern's there for a chill. But remember the BSR doesn't outline specificity. The BSR only gives you pattern recognition. So, yeah, pattern is there. Yeah, Wendy. Reminds me of that David Spade SNL skit. The answer is still no. It's. Ay, 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 ay. I'm like a kid. I keep asking until it's a yes. Man, exhaustion. Exhaustion. So, anyway, yeah. I mean, BSR shows the pattern getting chilly then. How chilly we have to wait and see. But the pattern absolutely is showing a chill. Yep. All right. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hope we do not get any snow this year. I mean, you never know, man. You just never know. I still have my snow brush and scraper. I don't think you'll need that, even if we were to get a flurry or two in Florida. It just doesn't work that way. What, none of the models show what is happening with the waterways and low cloud? What are we talking about, Yukon? What do you mean? What are we cooking for the big cool down? Soup or chili? I mean, I feel like in the winter time, chili is a staple, and I need to come up with some multiple soup recipes. So we'll go with both. Mm. It looks like it's a long enough event. You could do both, right? Kara says, thank you for doing this coffee talk. Love this community. Thank you all for joining us. Shelly says, listen, Eric, I'm listening. I have a cruise at the end of the month. Is it going to warm up by then? Oy vey. You booked a cruise in winter, so Chris Chris says, a little snow won't hurt. We'll see how this works. We'll see how this works. Katie says, we'll travel for flurries. There you go. Karen says, split pea soup yesterday and 15 bean and ham hock soup today. Look at you. You're like a regular old soup kitchen. I love that. The older I get, the more I love soups. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, man. Is it warm where you are? I mean, we're in Florida. Look at the temperatures on the bottom of the screen. Melbourne currently 66, forecast high is 77. So one would say it's comfortable. Look at the 7-day forecast. Next couple of days looking nice and warm, and then it drops. And then it drops. Michelle's asking, can we possibly see some snow flurries? We'll have to watch and track. Models are inconsistent because it's way too far out. So I'm not writing anything off. I'm not saying anything's going to happen yet, you know? Like I did the kids one year and run sprinklers so there were icicles in the house and yard. Yeah, could do that. But didn't you just say that you're supposed to turn off your irrigation? I love the multi-bean soups. Gonna start soaking my black-eyed peas tomorrow. There you go. Um, beef stew are great. Oh yeah, beef stew is good. Aaron says I'm a chicken and dumpling girl. I grew up loving it, but I don't have a recipe. I need to look. I had like an easy chicken and dumpling soup that I made a couple years ago. I just need to go find more. My whole thing is I need to find more easy like weeknight meal recipes. That may not, like blow your mind, but it'll be easy to put together on a Tuesday night when everybody works, that kind of thing. That's what I need to work on. Yeah. All right. So that's kind of where we're at. If anybody's going out to the Cheez-It Bowl, by the way, might as well mention that. Um, you know, pretty nice forecast for it. You're not necessarily going to be enjoying the Pop Tart. I mean, I feel like the Pop Tart mascot took the entire bowl world by storm. Nothing comes close to that. It'll be another great football game, though. Illinois and South Carolina getting together. Oh my gosh, Joshua Conti saying I've stopped short of like actually saying that, but that's what I've been kind of saying. Joshua Conti says, hoping you can politely ask everyone to stop posting out of date wind chill models for the 12th. Yeah, we discussed it. We discussed it on Coffee Talk here, and I'll discuss it again. Current run of the GFS Holy Cannoli is cold with that 11th, a high temperature of 40 degrees, but you go back one model run, and it's chilly but not as cold. Go back 2 model runs, chilly but not as cold. Go back 3 model runs, chilly but not as cold. So the bottom line here, calm down. Models are going to constantly change. They are guidance, not gospel. And everybody that's sharing this online to get the million clicks and hits, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's just not where I'm gonna be. Yep. The Pop Tart marketing team for the win. So true. So true, man. Windchill, I may have to put my man tights on. Oh, you get vault. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Ready to bring the jackets out? Ah, good times. Sip that coffee. It's like when hurricanes come and people try to scare everyone. Yeah. Just not my cup of tea. Just not my cup of tea. Look, we're all going to do our thing. Guidance, not gospel. Always lean on that statement. It's true. It's true. The older it's funny because like we're all here together. We all do this thing every morning. But there's just parts of social media I hate. You know? Like this need to get clicks and shares. I'm not doing this for clicks and shares. I'm here to have a discussion with y'all. I'm looking at the weather every morning anyway. That's how Coffee Talk started. Um, you know, I'm not trying to put clickbait out there for y'all to see. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to chew through that fat a little bit. John says Team Toaster Strudel. There you go. Get on the bandwagon, be cool, post the Blizzard of 25 info on social media, make a TikTok. I have a TikTok. We're actually broadcasting live on TikTok right now. There's a whopping 55 viewers on there. Do y'all have gloves? I have one pair of gloves that I wear maybe once a year, right? Oh man. I just listened to you. Thank you for your honesty. My pleasure, Janice. And I always say like it's easy to get someone's trust. It's hard to keep it. So I will always work on trying to keep your trust. And that absolutely involves not throwing hype. Don't the folks who want clicks and shares make a living that way? You make informative PBS style info stories. Maybe they do. I don't know. I can only speak to my journey. Everybody's is different. Do a snow dance on TikTok? I would literally rather not. Yeah. You like that, Jessica? I need an all-day soup recipe for the cool down. Right, right. I'm the Ken Burns. Oh my God, the Ken Burns. Wouldn't that be something? Missouri Matthew, are there any New Year's resolutions? Yeah. My New Year's resolution is to put my dang phone down. I'm going to try and disconnect from my phone, focus more on family. Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to do that. Beverly, I brought my mittens from the North Country. Listen, up there you need them. North Country pizza. A category 8 snowstorm with the occasional. Yeah, exactly. Lucy says, love the talk. Look forward to listening and learning. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you, Lucy. Same to you. And thank you for joining us. You should do a TikTok hurricane hype dance. I'm not doing any dancing at all. Maybe that's why not. Maybe I've got a whopping 58 people watching on TikTok because I'm not doing the dancing. Katie says I'm the same with my phone. I feel guilty a lot. Yeah, my resolution is to focus on the family more and put this dang phone down. We'll do our coffee talks and stuff, but when I'm in family mode, I need to disconnect. The most painful thing is when your kid says, "Why are you always on your phone?" Oh, that hurts. That hurts. So, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to less chaos, just more joy, more focusing on what's important. That's mine. What's y'all's New Year's resolutions? Since it was brought up, might as well chat about it. Linda says it's like an addiction. It is. Go through the withdrawals. Got to do what we got to do. We do like the occasional singing and mic drops. Yeah, we can do that. Kara says I'm motivated to put the phone down when my kids are watching because I don't want them to copy. It's true. It's true. Just the weather and a pleasant conversation. Thanks. Hey, thank you, Elaine. That's all I'm going for. Yukon, I don't make New Year's resolutions. Chaos is going to be a thing until they're grown. Yeah, you're right. But if I can, I'm just going to try and be better about it, about life. That's all. Just I'm going to try and be better. Melissa, that's a great one. Matt says new 800 millimeter lens and more time where cell phone service doesn't exist. I like that. Kelly, bug you more. That's my resolution. I get better at it. As long as you understand that it's gonna be a little more delayed for everybody. Michael says watch more coffee talk. You don't have to listen. Come when you want, leave when you don't. It's fine. I say this all the time. Real life is much more important than hanging out for coffee talk. If you've got real life to live, go live it. I'm trying to do the same thing. You know, Kara says less TV binging at night. That's a good one. Oh, that does hurt. I want to disconnect from me. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Cindy says mine is to be open-minded to changes, even if the changes are absolute last thing I want to happen. Oh, that's a good one. Carol says New Year's resolution, read more books. I love that. Betty, plan to downsize this year. I like that. I like that. Tiffany says mine is to get this baby out. Jeannie Rowan, no resolutions here, just be the best human one can all year. I had a very like retrospective holiday season, and I think that's trying to help me recenter myself, you know. Jeannie says resolutions never stick. I think if you're making goals, there's never a bad call it a New Year's resolution, call it whatever the heck you want. Making a goal for yourself is never a bad thing. Aliana over on TikTok says mine is focused more on getting away from pre-made foods and make everything at home. I love that. Aliana on TikTok, thank you. Eat less sugar, Carol says, and exercise more. Yeah. Traveling more, Nancy. I like that. Exercise more, Melanie says. Maria says private pilot's license. You know I'll drink to that. I think whatever we want the new year to be, whether you can call it a New Year's resolution, whether you can call it a goal, I think for all of us, let's just try to be the best version of ourselves, better than last year, wiser than last year, right? We can do that. Little by little, let's all just try to do better, be better. If you've ever read The Secret, kind of a neat little story. I think there was a movie too, but let's transmit better energy. Let's transmit better and get better in return. We can do this. I like it. We can do this. Be the best version of ourselves. I like it. And at least knowing that the 7-day forecast includes that the best version of ourselves is probably going to include some jackets, right? Yeesh McGeesh. As long as we know that, we're good to go. All right? All right, listen. Happy Monday. Go enjoy. What am I? I think I'm doing the morning show next couple days, am I? What am I? Where am I? Today. All right. Yeah, sunrise and noon tomorrow, and then sunrise on Wednesday. So we'll do the coffee talk thing from the office. All right. All right, listen. Thank you all for hanging out. Be the sunshine.